If you're a nurse looking to get out of bedside, watch this video. I was talking to one of my friends last night and she's been a nurse for like 5 or 6 years and she said she's kind of just tired of being a travel nurse. So she asked me what other jobs could she pursue that would still allow for her to make good money. And rather than keep this list to myself, I thought to share. If you're a nurse, you can work in clinical research. Especially when you have clinical experience, it's going to be that much easier for you to get higher title roles. The first job I'm going to start with is a senior clinical research associate. What's great about this job is you're still in the hospital or these clinical sites, but you're not interacting with patients. At most, you're interacting with the principal investigators and their clinical research coordinators and whatever other staff you need to engage with. You act as the liaison between the sponsor, which could be a pharmaceutical company, and the site, which is a hospital or a research facility. On average, senior clinical research associates make about $118,000 a year. The next job is a senior clinical project manager. And this job is exactly how it sounds. You manage a project, you manage budgets, timelines, etc. Different organizations will have different roles and responsibilities, but contract research organizations, sites, and pharmaceutical companies all hire clinical project managers. On average, a senior clinical project manager can make about $129,000 a year. The next job is a research nurse coordinator, or people also say clinical research coordinator nurse. It all means the same thing. This role will essentially be responsible for data management and study coordination. On average, making about $103,000 a year. And the last role we have is a clinical trial educator or a nurse educator working for a contract research organization or a clinical site. And your essential job function is educating various stakeholders on the clinical trial. On average, nurse educators make about $80,000 a year. Now, as I told my friend, if those salaries are not tantalizing enough for you and you're trying to get into the 200s and the 300s, this is what you need to do. Of the jobs that I named on that list, or any jobs in clinical research, you work that job for a little bit of time, you gain some experience, and you transition to a different department. Or you grow within your department. If you transition to another department, other departments that pay very well are regulatory affairs, as I've talked a lot about on my page, and medical affairs. You can also transition to like a clinical trial manager role. I've seen a senior clinical trial manager make about $156,000 a year. And like I said, once you get in and get these opportunities, you just grow within your department. Or you just transition between different organizations to get a higher salary. That being said, there are a lot of opportunities out there for nurses. Make sure you buy my book, The Prepared Graduate, and check out my ultimate interview prep guide. Link is in my bio.